Have you ever pondered upon the depths of Numbers 36:11 and its significance? Well, it's time to dive into the world of biblical understanding and unearth the profound meanings hidden within this verse. Numbers 36:11, a part of the Old Testament, goes as follows. For Mahlah, Tirzah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married to their father's brother's sons. On the surface, it might seem like a simple record of marriages. However, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. This verse is a climactic resolution to a story that began in Numbers 27, where Zelophehad's daughters stood before Moses and the entire assembly to argue for their inheritance rights, as their father died without any sons. This was a significant event as it challenged the traditional laws of inheritance which favored men. In the historical context, the women of ancient Israel were rarely given the stage to voice their concerns, especially on matters of legal importance. Yet here were Zelophehad's daughters breaking the norms and winning their case. This was a turning point, setting a precedent for women's rights to inheritance in a patriarchal society. Now back to Numbers 36:11, the verse signifies the culmination of their struggle. But why marry within the same clan? Well, it was to ensure that the land given to them as inheritance would not be transferred to another tribe, thus keeping the land within the family. Marriages between cousins were not uncommon during those times. People often married within their tribes to maintain property, unity, and tradition. However, what makes this event stand out is the simultaneous marriage of 5 sisters, presumably in the same ceremony. It's an exception to the norm, a spectacle that undoubtedly drew attention from near and far. One can only imagine the grandeur of the ceremony. Picture the flurry of preparations leading up to the big day. The outfits, the food, the music, and the joyous celebration of unity and heritage. The story of Zelophehad's daughters is not just about inheritance rights. It's about family, tradition, and a historic event that still resonates today. Numbers 36:11 doesn't just permit cousin marriages, it establishes them as virtuous. This is seen in 3 distinct ways. Firstly, these marriages strengthen familial ties, reinforcing unity and preserving traditions. Secondly, they symbolize obedience to God. By following the laws of inheritance and maintaining property within their tribe, Zelophehad's daughters showed reverence and compliance to divine commandments. Lastly, these marriages provide personal stability, love, and pleasure. The story highlights that such unions are not only about maintaining property but also about fostering deeper connections and mutual happiness. Thus, this passage doesn't merely allow cousin marriage but portrays it as a virtue for the strength of the family, obedience to God, and personal happiness. Imagine being a teenager in ancient Israel, knowing that you are about to marry your cousin. The thrill of embarking on a new journey, yet the awkwardness of transitioning from a familial relationship to a marital one is a mix of emotions difficult to comprehend. This transition was not just a change in their relationship status, but a paradigm shift in their lives. There might have been hesitation, apprehension, and even resistance. The societal norms, their personal feelings, and the fear of the unknown could have clouded their minds with doubts and questions. But amidst these complexities, there was a sense of relief and gratitude. They didn't have to embark on the daunting task of finding a spouse in a world where dating was not a norm. Their partner was already a part of their life, someone they knew, someone from their own kin. Despite the complexities, they were thankful for the provision of a partner from their own kin, a blessing in their time and context. This emotional journey of Zelophehad's daughters and their cousins paints a vivid picture of the human aspect behind the virtue of cousin marriage. Today, cousin marriages are often looked upon with skepticism or even disdain in many societies. However, the story of Zelophehad's daughters, as told in Numbers 36:11, provides us with a different perspective. It reminds us that these unions, once common and even advantageous, held a significant place in the societal structures of the past. The story showcases the benefits of such marriages, the foremost being the preservation of family wealth and inheritance. It also underscores the importance of challenging societal norms and prejudices, a concept that is as relevant today as it was during the times of Zelophehad's daughters. In the modern context, cousin marriages might not be the norm, but it's important to address the stereotypes and prejudices surrounding them. Education and awareness are key to this. By sharing stories like that of Zelophehad's daughters, we can help demystify the concept and encourage respectful dialogues around it. Just as Zelophehad's daughters braved the odds to challenge the norms of their time, we too can strive to challenge ours. Their story is a testament to the fact that societal norms are not set in stone, but are subject to change and can evolve for the betterment of society. Today, we find ourselves in a world where emotional turmoil among teenagers is on an alarming rise, and family structures are often unstable. In such circumstances, could the tradition of cousin marriages as practiced in the past be a solution? Cousin marriages could potentially lead to a decrease in emotional problems among teenagers. The familiarity and comfort inherent in these relationships can provide stability and emotional support, which are vital for the mental health of today's youth. Furthermore, families resulting from cousin marriages could be more stable and less prone to culture clashes. Sharing the same values, traditions, and upbringing can foster unity and harmony within the family unit. By following this tradition today, as suggested by the story of Zelophehad's daughters, we could potentially reap societal benefits. However, to make cousin marriages more accepted in today's society, we need to educate people about their benefits, challenge existing societal norms, and promote open-mindedness. Just as Zelophehad's daughters did in their time, we too have the power to shape societal norms for the betterment of our communities. As we wrap up this discussion, let us remember that the norms we uphold today can evolve, and that every tradition, no matter how unconventional it may seem, has its own unique place in the diverse tapestry of human society.